So, I want to correct a small misperception that the public markets were not kind. I think we were fearful of public markets. So, public markets, I would argue, think about Zomato, has already created $23 billion of market cap after going public from the $7 billion mark, right? So, public markets are rewarding any shareholder who has bought since it's gone IPO and not sold is sitting on a 3-4 bag, unless he bought in the last year, right? The first 2 years. So that to me is validation that if you show me path to predictability, if you show me profitability, which Zomato has shown for 4 quarters, I'll reward you, right? On the other hand, there have been companies which are flat or have fallen down as well. So that you will get punished. Now, so basically, I don't think scale matters as much as the private markets think. Suppose you reduce what I just said by a factor of 10. Public markets are still willing to buy. Because they're looking for returns. They're not looking for a perfect $1 billion, $3 billion, $5 billion number. So if you can actually go list today with $20-30 million of revenue at a $100 million, $150 million valuation with a gross margin of 30-40%, and then you consistently show that for 2 years, what's to stop you from becoming a $500 million, $600 million company? So I think this is what I anticipate every subset that I spoke about, SMB, small, mid, large, will start showing poster children in the next 3 years. The minute those poster children are evident, our ability to benchmark becomes much easier. Similarly, category benchmarking. Historically, people didn't know how Nykaa will be valued and what the public market will place it at. The minute Nykaa got valued in a certain way, Mamaearth gets confidence of saying, I can list because I know exactly how the analyst will perceive me relative to Nykaa. And lo and behold, now we have Purple in our portfolio saying, hey, our lives become much easier because we exactly know how the analyst community will see us in light of our 2 biggest publicly listed comps, and so on and so forth. And so therefore, where does this trend line extrapolate? First, I'm saying from 50 IPOs, we need to get to 200 IPOs by the end of the decade. Will all of them become billion-dollar companies? No. Will all of them survive the next decade? No. Will some of them get acquired? Absolutely. Will there be consolidation between them? Potentially. I think I'm forecasting the first public market swaps of 2 digital companies, right? Where they make an offer, and you used to read this in M&A case studies in classrooms, but we haven't seen that yet. Where company A is valued at 300, company B is valued at 3 billion, and there's a 1:10 swap, assuming their share prices are at the same value for theoretical purposes. So I believe all of this is bound to happen, and it will happen. And what's the holy grail of this? The holy grail of this is that we should have multiple stocks sitting in the Nifty 50, right? Much like the US, where tech stocks have now become some of the most valuable stocks. We should be able to see that phenomena in India. And irrespective, and maybe that's an ego or a weight of our value to the aggregate Indian ecosystem and the GDP as a whole. But independent of that, we should build 100 great tech companies out of those 500 which list by the end of, let's say, 2040. And those 100 will be the equivalent of the Nifty Tech 100, right? And it'll be fantastic to see that, to essentially say that the Indian public is participating in this technology wave and the wealth that Indian tech entrepreneurs are creating earlier than later. You can't take all these companies to 10 billion and then list them. You list them at 150, 200, 300, 500 million, yeah? And then grow them to 1 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion. They've seen 5 baggers and 10 baggers in the public markets. And that's immense wealth creation for everybody. So that's the future I would love to see. Hi, this is Karthik Reddy. I'm one of the co-founding partners at Blume Ventures. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for some wonderful content we're bringing to you.